Hey guys, in today's video I will talk about differences between HPA and AEG in Airsoft. I will talk about my feelings. I'm using HPA for about 4 years right now, so I will talk about that, and also I will talk about all the benefits and all the downsides to either option. And let's go straight to the video. Also, I'm not a tech guy, so I will not talk deeply about this technical aspect, just rather more from shooter perspective. So first things first, as you know, AEG is electric gun with electric engine, gears, and whole mechanism inside. On the other hand, you've got the HPA, which is high pressure air in your tank, and it's connected to your gun with hose. But let's start talking about differences in cost, maintenance, and of course performance and feelings. As you probably may know, $150 is starting point for AEG, where for $300 or $400 you'll buy really decent one. You will need to buy batteries, charger, and you are basically ready to go. No wonder that it's basic choice for most of the players, or just especially at the beginning. AEGs are cheap, pretty reliable, and they are delivering some decent performance without any upgrades. So yeah, it's really good option for start, or if you just want to keep the costs pretty low. On the other hand, to gain top performance, you need to buy aftermarket parts and spend hours matching them together in best possible way. HPA is like plug and play thing. It will deliver top performance straight away. The only thing that you should be worried is like pop-up chamber, barrel, and just air hop rubber. It's not that complicated and just much easier to match together. But it's of course more expensive, where $500 is just starting point for the cheaper engines. You need to also have a tank, regulator, and the line. So the whole internal setup with these accessories will be closer to like $800 to $900. Plus cost of course of the external platform, let's say just Spetsna Arms AR-15. It's quite a lot, but you have top performance straight away, and you're ready to go and outperform other players. And HPA are maintenance free. The only thing you need to look after is sand inside and seals. If you change them once a year, or maybe once in 2 years, depend how often do you play, it will be all fine and nothing should break. Because there's no mechanical force inside, the only thing is happening when you're pulling the trigger is valve is opening and the air is coming out. That's the whole mechanism. Easy to use, nothing to break. Some engines have their FCU, where you can easily set up your rate of fire, burst, and other things. But basically that's it, and nothing else happening, so nothing should break. In AEG you have all the gears, spring, piston, engine, which produce much physical force inside. The more things are matched together, there is bigger chance to break. So it's not wonder that AEG fail more often and need more care than HPA. It's not said that they will fail all the time, because good and well maintained AEG will stand for years, but they're just like more likely to break. For example, I've got this Polarstar Kythera for about 4 years right now. Change only 2 times seals and hop-up rubber inside, and nothing happening to that after hundreds of thousands of BBs. So I can easily say that HPA is more reliable. Is just more reliable than AEG. And now shooting and performance. Well, as I said before, it will be just my point of view, so I need to say my opinion. That HPA outperform AEG in any case. In range, consistency, rate of fire, and trigger response. The only issue that you have is heavy tank in your backpack and hose. For me, it's not a big deal, but for some, it's less realistic and can be annoying to have line connected to your gun. One more time, it's my opinion, and I think AEGs are great. For the beginning, when you are limited on budget, you can have really decent quality gun for $300 with 70 meters of range, just with air hop rubber. It's a great option for beginners or people that they don't want to spend a lot of money to hobby. However, if you want to build, high-end AEG, I think you will spend the same amount of money or even more, but still the performance will be slightly worse than in HPA. It's just how it works, and it is how it is. For example, with this setup, where I have max model chamber and maple leaf air hop rubber with only 1.9 joule, I have about 80 meters of range with 0.4 BBs, where on 70 it's like 9 out of 10 hitting the target. Basically, I will make range test in March or April when it will be warmer outside. To be honest, on normal Sunday skirmish, there's maybe one guy with AEG that have same performance on that assault rifle limit. I'm not even talking about trigger response, consistency of work and other things. It's also more quiet with suppressor on because there is no physical parts moving inside. There is only one reason that I totally understand why people want to build high-end AEG, hose and tank. Extra weight, realism, no line bouncing around and catching all the branches. I understand that, and if you really have problem with that, it's okay to build high-tier AEG because it will be still really good quality stuff. And I thought same before building my own setup, but after that I have it and I used to it, it's not a big deal and it's not disturbing me during the game. One thing that I love about HPA is that you can switch to CQB limit in less than 30 seconds. You just need to change the PSI on the regulator and you're ready to go. Of course, there are some downsides. For example, tank is heavy and you need to refill it after every game. Or for longer, mil sims, you need to have at least 2 of them. Batteries are light and you can, have 3, 4 or even 5 in your backpack and they will not take much place. It's all about trade-off, but for me, I think I will never go back to AEG as my main rifle. Sure, sometimes it's fun to shoot with something else, but with performance and consistency that it's delivering them, it's just hard to go back. For example, this PTS Masada, it's high-end replica and it has changed internals. Still with all the optical MOSFET and all the changes, it got just worse performance than my HPA. And it's not like it's bad because it's great and better than most of the guns out there. But I'm talking about last 10 to 15 meters of the range when you will feel the differences, the difference of consistency and BB's grouping, because it's just more accurate and regardless of the barrel you have, it's just something that's making HPA more consistent and grouping is smaller on the bigger range. I know if you are not HPA guy, you will say that AEG for the life. I have friends that are in sport for more than 15 years and a few years ago they were talking that they will never ever go with hose and tank in the back. Guess what? After a few years they've changed their AEG for HPA and they won't switch back, so it's just saying a lot. And I think for today's video that's it. I will make tests of the both guns in the April or in the March when it will be just warmer outside. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for today. Leave the like, leave the comment, leave the subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and yeah, see you in the next one.